Lali-ho everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Quest RPG Brian's Journey. I have a lot to go through, but first we have a cutscene to go through because, as you can probably tell, this is the Game Boy Color remake of Quest 64, and it actually adds a lot of cutscenes. So, an island where magical spirits abound. The slow crawling text is like the meh part like the intro. A land of friendly, contented people who owe their pleasant lives to the four spirits: wind, water, earth, and fire. A beautiful, rich land of tall mountains, clear waters, and fresh breezes. What about the fires? Known to the inhabitants as Selkland. I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it at this point. The Isles of Benevolent Spirits. I'm just gonna go with Selkland because it comes off my tongue easier. This is the abode of magicians who have become powerful through a pact with the spirits. There are apprentices. Is it apprentices or is it apprentices? In the Metal Road Monastery. Among them, the young apprentice, Brian. So yeah, this game actually adds cutscenes and story elements. I think most of, if not all of the random NPCs actually have names now. I know, a monster. It's here again. Today we'll get you. Good, we've got it. What are you doing here, Brian? The monsters are skulking about, so it's dangerous outside. I'm sorry, but I saw a monster. It's been infiltrated by monsters. Is that right? It's dangerous here. Leave this to us and return to your room. Yes, sir. So Brian actually has a voice. Actually talks? Oh, you're home, Brian. Where have you been? It's dangerous to be outside. Just go to bed. Your magic has improved lately. Do you know why? One reason, of course, is that you're my son. But the spirit lends its power to a heart that is pure. In other words, your magic has heart. I know it's difficult to understand. Good morning. Sirius has summoned you. Let's go to the chapel. Oh, there is something I must ask you. Did you see Lavar and Gabriel yesterday? Why? What happened? Well, I guess I'd better tell you. They stole a book. It is a precious book belonging to Grandammit. It would be terrible if the secrets of the spirits are disclosed, and the unwise begin using magic. Is there anything I can do? Bart will search for them. I want you to go for the town and listen for the word of them instead for gossip of their whereabouts. The Bard is preparing to do something in the yard, so it might do you good listening. Yes, sir. And we have control. So, we have the same kind of statistics as we used to in 64. HP, MP, Agility, Defense. They would do basically the same things. As far as I'm aware, they level up in basically the same ways. HP is through taking damage. Defense is through getting hit by individual attacks. Agility is movement in battle. MP is casting magic. And of course, the elements at the bottom are by either finding floating spirits or by defeating enemies. And there's a certain number of each type of spirit you can get. You have basically a level limit for battle experience, and then you have a certain number of spirits floating in the world, if I'm not mistaken. Max is still 50 for all elements. And you may notice we also have more of a menu here, like an actual RPG menu. So we have an item list. It's a relatively long list. Like, you actually have a fair inventory space, but you do have limited inventory space. Unlike what it felt like in the other game, where it just kind of went on and on. The wings are separated. The wings are actually in a whole different menu, so they don't clog up your inventory. And then you have valuables, which will be your key items. So they don't clog up your inventory either. So it's probably the same amount of inventory space, but everything's categorized so it's easier to keep up with. You may also notice spirit gemstones up there. That's a sort of currency, but they really didn't go as far with it as actually having shops or anything. That's the one missed opportunity. They added a thing that could have been currency and didn't add any shops. Again, we'll get to that whenever it comes relevant. You also can access your spell menu and by hitting B, and now we have the same system where fire is up, water is down, wind is right, earth is left, and you can still spell mix. It's a little more complicated though, in how you learn spells. But we'll get to that bridge when we go to crossing it. I'm going out for a while. Oh, what a mess. Hey, Brian, I want you to look after the house. Dad, we live in some monastery. We don't have a house. Alright, so for this playthrough, I'm going to show you how broken wind is. We saw glimpses of it in Quest 64, but if anything didn't change, it's the how powerful the spells can be. Avalanche is still one of the most powerful damage spells. It's also still random. But overall, one of the easiest elements to play the game with is still wind. So, let's go this way. We have an inn. Oh, may I help you? And unfortunately, I don't think she can help me, actually. Yeah. Because we're technically still in the prologue. We can't leave town yet. Our duty is only to check out town. These upstairs areas are important to check because there could be important NPCs to talk to now. Yes, you have story triggers in this game. And this is where we get our wings. I think he just says, is there anything you want right now? Yeah. You have to talk to him twice when he lets you get the wings. But right now, they're locked out of their second dialogue option. Nowadays, everyone's talking about monsters. It's said there are monsters in Connor Forest. So, why are we doing this instead of, like Final Fantasy VII, to be fair? Are you going on patrol today? Yeah, kinda. The answer to that is quite simple. So the Steam version is broken. There's a lot of problems I've run into. A lot of issues we've had with recording. It has been a headache since day one, to be honest with you. And having to play through the game again did not help. And then I also have had to play through the game again a third time. Is there really such a thing as a monster? Because I want to change and play the PS5 version, the one that's the classic Final Fantasy VII available on PS4 and PS5, because it's a lot more stable. It just works properly. Have you seen Billy and Frank? I have not yet. Suspicious characters are loitering about this town. I saw a suspicious man lurking about out by the ranch house. But nothing bad happens. Well, ranch house, huh? First, let's go up here. Are you suspicious? Can you see the spirit? Who was I talking to? You? Yeah. I'm a spirit tamer too. Water, fire, earth, and wind. They are the 4 great spirits, right? Come on, it should be magic. Wait, you're Billy, you're Frank. Who are you? Todd. You're Pete. Huh. Anyway. So yeah. I wanted to get a version of the game that I could actually, play. So I was trying to get it going, get caught up on my PS5 version. Wow, this year we had a bumper crop. And I went to do some recording and found out that my little pass-through device here powers the Great Spirit. On the dark night in the deep woods, there is an unfathomable power. Who's there? Now that I've seen you, you are not leaving here alive. Oh. Oh my. Windcutter. Welcome to the battle screen. You have the same kind of square. It's kind of like one square and then a half square in every direction. Or a 3x3, depending on how you want to look at it. And of course, that'll boost up as we gain agility. Oh, that wasn't that hard. Something must be happening. I must report to Sirius. No, I want the treasure chest. Give me the treasure chest. Actually, if I get the treasure chest now, you know what? I'll come back for that treasure chest. I just thought about something. That'll probably be better. Anyway, we have our mission. Report back to Sirius. Go back to the monastery. Yeah. My pass-through causes visual glitches now. Something is, I don't know if it's the cable or if it's the device itself. I'm gonna hope it's the cable, because I can change a cable. I can get a different cable. But if it's the device itself, it's gonna be a while before I can replace it. Sirius is waiting. Okay. I was already headed there. And now cutscene take over, so I'm not doing anything. Listen to me, Brian. Bud is missing. But we can only pray and wait for a safe return. Serious, the Grand Abbot has summoned Ryan. Is that so? Ryan, go to him. Okay. Ryan, it's good of you to come. I had a dream about the future. You will go on a quest. There are monsters in Southland. Even so, you must go. I will not tell you what awaits at the end of the journey. So, tell Sirius and ready yourself for the quest. The time has come for your journey. Now go. And now we have actual full control. We have exited the prologue, and that was the little staircase place that is visible trace like smoke close to a spirit. Press the A button to find it. Yep. Now we're back at the actual beginning of Quest 64. You know, I thought there was a spirit here. But apparently not. So anyway, the long story that I keep interrupting, cut short, I have not been able to been able to record anything, because I've discovered that in the process of replaying Final Fantasy, all of my nostalgia, all of my enjoyment and knowledge in the game comes from Midgar. I can't believe you're going on a quest. Promise me that you will return. I'll be waiting. Okay, Fergus. I like Midgar. I like the sequences that happen. You know, it sets the tone very well for the game, rest of the game. But I have no nostalgia for the rest of the game. No knowledge for the rest of the game. Like, I have a few bits and pieces here that I know to, you know, keep an eye out for. Like the Connor, what's it called? Not Connor, it's Condor, Fort Condor. Sort of mini game thing that is actually important to the story. But so Grand Abbot is sending you on a voyage of apprenticeship. Now prepare for the journey. I will entrust you with this talisman. I don't know what talisman he's talking about. You'll be able to use powerful magic with this. Also, feel free to take anything you see here. What talisman are we talking about? Do you still have questions? I'll be praying for your well-being. Okay, wow, I didn't realize he had advancing text like that. Huh. That's news to me. But I've just discovered that I don't really like Final Fantasy VII that much, and it's nothing against the game. The game is very important. Like, half of the RPGs that I love wouldn't have existed without Final Fantasy VII, and that's not an understatement because there are several games that were made that were supposed to be Final Fantasy VII that ended up not being Final Fantasy VII. I'll get into that later. When you find the treasure box, press the A button. Yes, I know, that's tutorial stuff. The spirit hides in many places, and if you win battles, the spirit will add to your strength. I mean, there are 3 RPGs that were born from Final Fantasy VII directly, not even from a selling standpoint. That, you know, Final Fantasy VII, there was 2 other games that were at one point supposed to be Final Fantasy VII, and ended up having plans changed, and they became other games. And that's only 2 that I know of. Oh, honey bread. Make this fresh bread. Take it with you. Ah, you see, I think fresh bread's in that chest inside the farmhouse. And, yeah, gift NPCs will only give you stuff if you don't have the item. So, did I talk to you? So, Brian, Marmaduke? That's an awesome name, actually. So, Brian, are you going on a quest? Seems the bard has gone to Larapool. Okay, Larapool, that's where we need to head. Alright, yeah, what's this way? Okay, that's our... Okay, I've already... Right. Forgot that's the way I came from. Okay. Then we have fully explored the monastery, and it's time to leave. But... yeah, as much as I love the materia system in the game, I love the magic in the game, but I don't love the game. And I know that the last time I forced myself to play a game that I wasn't enjoying, the whole LP turned out kind of mediocre at best. And I don't want to do that. You know, I don't want to ruin the experience, because the game is great. If I was playing it on my own and not recording it, I probably could push through it and be fine. But trying to find something interesting to talk about. Oh God, I forgot the wings. But trying to find something interesting to talk about. I'll give you the white wings. You can always return here with them. I feel like I may ruin the experience for anyone who may not have seen the game before, and that's not what I want to do. I want to showcase the game. I don't want to tarnish the game's reputation or anything. Ow. So that's Windcutter. Windcutter works as it did in the original. Let's show off Rock. Now, Rock lands exactly like that. If an enemy is casting Rock, you can go under them and be safe. Fireball also tracks, but it doesn't track as well. Like, it goes whatever direction you fired it, and then moves up and down from there. And Water Pillar creates a Water Pillar right in front of you. It also goes up. I'm gonna use these guys to get some MP back. Oh, he wasn't close enough. I was trying to show off. You can actually... So, because Water Pillar goes up, you can actually hit an enemy above you with it. Don't know what my throat's doing right now. So we're going to get wind up to, I think it's level 12, before we start doing any other elements. It's rare to see a traveler. It has become unsafe with me. Well, it seems to me that you will live a varied life. This travel must be the one to seek your destiny. I look away to take a sip of coffee and I'm running into a wall. Go figure. Oh boy. Please tell me this is going to kill these things. Okay, good. They don't have a lot of HP. Now, one thing about the Game Boy game, well, 2 things. One, you don't gain MP while running around. You only gain MP by skipping turns in battle, which is nice. You don't have to hit an enemy to gain MP back. You just have to skip your turn, essentially. So, like, I can let this bunny cast Windcutter on me a few times and get my MP back up. Because Windcutter's only doing 1 damage since I have Wind Element. I don't know, fresh bread, nice. But, yeah, I may return to Final Fantasy VII at some... Oh god, hell helped. I may return to Final Fantasy VII at some point, whenever I get everything ironed out and I can actually record it off my PS5. Um, but I just don't want to mess up the game. I don't want to do it wrong because the game is great and it's very important. But it's also not one of my favorite Final Fantasies. And yeah, beyond this are Dondoran and Connor Forest. Stay away from the forest because bandits there. Okay, because of the bandits there. By the way, HB. Um, and of course my pass through messing up also uh, may have messed up a different plan I had. So at the moment, this is a kind of a, you know what, I wanted to showcase this game anyway because it's very interesting actually. I love the way they handled the game. Like uh they did the game justice. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love this game. It's a great little Game Boy game. I think I would have spent hours on it. As a kid, I would have played this one to completion as a kid, and there weren't very many Game Boy games I did that to. So, welcome to Dondoran. Let's see what we can find here. An empty house. There is still an abundance of empty houses. Like, they did do better, and there's a lot more random NPCs, there's a lot more story building, like little side quest kind of things. They're not really side quests, but they kind of are. Have you heard about the forest bandits? What was stolen was the thing called Earth Orb. It is said that long ago, this orb averted the biggest calamity ever to strike Selden. Well, it didn't do it so alone, but we won't get into that. I mean, Brian's not supposed to know about that. We know about that. I want to say we're supposed to go up and to the right, so we're going to skip down this way. Oh, Spirit. I think this is supposed to be equivalent to the Spirit that was out in the beach area. A person. Claire. Mama and Papa say we cannot play outside because of the bandits. It's no fun anymore. Who's your mama and papa? Empty house number 43! No, it's actually only about, like, empty house number 4, but still. Ah, this isn't an empty house. I'm a pottery maker. I can't get any clay because of the bandits. Hilarious, your name is Clay. Rocks just drink too much. Rocks drink too much? I don't get that one. Is it they drink too much water and you can't make pottery out of them? I don't know. Dondoran is a pottery town. People come from all the way. Hold up. Please tell me she repeats that. Yes. People come all the way from Limeland beyond Lake Kildare to buy our pottery, but we cannot work because of the bandits. There, I skipped over that last word and it made me trip over the entire paragraph. Not even sentence, paragraph. Do you know Princess Flora? She's a tomboy, but very cute. She looks just like the late queen. The king is also troubled by the bandits in the woods. If nothing is done, they may even invade our town. Yeah, see, normally there would be like a spirit sitting like right over here somewhere, because it's not at the edge, but kind of halfway in the middle. And so I think they moved that spirit all the way down to that southern part there. Of course, this doesn't follow the 64 map layout 100% or anything. And some spirits got moved. We got the Yellow Wings. And this is our little refill space. So if we have fresh bread, if we run out of fresh bread, we can get more from Maggie. And if we run out of dewdrops, we can get more from Mabel. Or from Mabel. And we have information too. The bandits are occupying the fortress in Connor Forest. We cannot go to the forest to dig for clay because of the bandits. Oh! Your name is Rocks. You drink too much, sir. I have never realized that. I feel so dumb. Rox and Davy. Okay, so Rox is Clay's partner, and he can't go dig for Clay, because of the bandits, so he spends all his time drinking in the bar. Okay, you see, that's the little side bit of lore that I didn't realize was there. Yeah, we're hurt a little bit. Let's relax in the end. Now, you may notice it didn't bring up a save screen, because we can save at any time. And we will once we leave. I've got some save files on here. I couldn't find a way to delete save files, so... But we'll be using those save spots soon enough. I've just arrived at Dondoran after sailing across Loch Kildare, but because of the bandits, I cannot return home. Sorry, Steve. I can't believe I've played through this game at least like 4 or 5 times. It feels like it's probably only been about 2 or 3, but I never realized that when he said Rox drinks too much, he was talking about a person. That makes perfect sense. Rufus. They say that the bandits of Connor stole treasure from the castle. Well, we've kind of explored the rest of the town. Let's go talk to the king. It is said there are rumors of war in Barragoon. Please pray that Miss Flora's meeting with the matchmaker will be successful. Oh, matchmaker, huh? Okay then. Oh, dining hall, it looks like. That tomboy princess is already of age for matchmaking. How time flies. This looks like maybe it's like a guest bed chamber or something. Doesn't seem to be one in there though. That's a way down the other way. There's a couple of rooms. Oh, spirit. More wind power. That's an awful lot of swords. There must be like a storage area for the barracks. Oh look, the barracks. Is it the right time to even have a meeting with the matchmaker? Library of sorts. I can't examine the bookshelves. It must be difficult looking books. Ah, cutscene. Princess Flora, it is not too early to go to a matchmaker at age 14. I'm more worried about the bandits than the meeting to arrange my marriage. Getting rid of the bandits is the work for warriors. People will laugh at you if you act too much like a boy. It was father who made the decision on his own. Okay, then. It is bad manners to peek at someone when she is dressed. Oh god, she's dressing? Oops. I will keep quiet, so come over here. I was just exploring the castle. Why are you taking me? There are only rocks. What a boring town. Well, no, I mean, we have other people. Rocks is just in the bar. Flora, what kind of girl is she? The king is returned. This way, please. Well, I guess we're sitting in on this now. King was away, so we actually couldn't. I didn't go up to the throne room area, but there was a guard sitting in front of the door up here. That guy, he was in front of the door. I'm honored that you granted me this audience. I have come today to introduce Dorley to you. Dorley, what have you heard about Flora? I have heard she's a very energetic girl. Ah! Who goes there? What a greeting. Have you forgotten me, whom you banished to the forest? No. Are you Solvang? As promised, I've come with the hand of Nonsense! The princess is mine! I will destroy you if you stand in my way. This guy's just outright killing folk. Come. Eek! Come and get her if you want the princess back. That is, if you can overpower these men here. Oh no! Goblin and Kobold! How dare you? Eat Windcutter. Stupid tornado. Eat Windcutter. Windcutter! Oh, really? And that's how simple Windcutter makes things. Bravo, Mr. Spirit Monk. Yes, your bot son. I implore you, please save Flora. You must be under a great deal of pressure because of the theft of the Elton book, but you must destroy Sulfrang. Can I go back? Yeah, I can, okay. Exploration! I'm taking your stuff! Dewdrops. Great gemstones. Please save Flora. I've heard about you from Grand Abbot. Now we must tend to Princess Flora. Yeah, okay, I'll go save the princess. I know he didn't get hurt that much, but I'd rather be full health whenever I left the town. We're gonna need all the HP and MP we can get. Ooh, wrong button. I hit B instead of start, don't mind me. Yeah, don't pay much attention to that. Just older save files. Speaking of, how agility is it? 19. Nice, actually. My agility's going up like 4? Excuse me. Alright, so welcome to Connor Forest. So bats don't do a lot of damage. I think they can still do Water Pillar if they're right beside you when they start their turn. But I'm going to use them to get some MP up. So this is technically the wrong way, but I want to go ahead and loot it. Oh, and sometimes you may have noticed I took no damage there. Sometimes the game takes pity on you and, like, makes the attack do, like, 0 damage. I don't know what causes it, if it's a random roll or what, but, yeah. Now we have Windcutter level 3. And don't let that marionette thing touch you. If it gets close to you, it has a melee attack that does, like, a quarter of your HP. I think this thing still uses that firebomb spell, so we won't want to be close to it either. Alright, so we're going to start putting points into both water and earth. Because something I haven't shown yet. I have no ability to merge any element into wind right now. I can only do pure wind spells, and that's because I only have wind leveled up. One thing that Quest RPG does that Quest 64 didn't is make your spells require the other elements. So if a spell is both water and earth, as the healing spell is, you have to level both water and earth to the proper levels to be able to cast it. So now that I have Windcutter level 3, which is going to be my bread and butter spell for a while, what I'm going to do is keep water and earth at about half of wind. For every 2 levels I put into wind, I'll put 1 level each into water and earth once it's caught up. And that'll allow me to get the, I'm out of MP, that's not good. Depending on the fight, I may have to run. That's going to allow me to get the healing spells while still keeping wind. Oh, I don't want to fight these guys melee. Okay, looks like we're done on this path. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I can actually gain some MP as long as I stay away from him. I'm also moving to ensure I get agility experience. I don't want to run yet. This guy's only doing 1 damage at a distance. If I get close to him, he'll do like 18 damage, but... He's also missing a lot of those. Or I'm having the 0 damage effect. There we go. Okay. That was a good fight to run into. Oh wait, I was going this way. Yeah, we can't go through the store. So that's where we go after we've beaten Solbrang. Yeah, I was verifying that I don't have any of those spells right now. There we go. It's always nice to see a kobold die instantly. I don't like kobolds. They are one of the nastier enemies in this area. That's sort of same thing with the Frog Knights. The tornado spell they have is really powerful for your starting off. I don't know why they gave them tornado of all things. I mean, granted, they don't have the wind magic to back up its attack power, but hopefully I run into a bad or a Mary Nasty. Nope. Okay, this one's not impossible to get MP on, though. Like, the tornado can damage me, but if you get close to the Frog Knight, all he does is cast Windcutter, so... Which is the opposite of how he worked in the original game, because in the original game, if you, Oh, we have more movement speed. Our agility has gone up to the next threshold, so we have a fair bit of movement now. I took a lot of damage there. So it wants us to go to the left there. Oh good, a Mary Nasty. I did that to burn the extra MP to get more MP experience. Speaking of, oh yeah, we have 21 MP max total. Nice. Let's make it back to town so we can heal and then come back. I don't have time to play. Actually, well, let me move first just to make sure I get some agility experience. Well, and then I forget to move there. Oh, you know what? It's fine. So we've looted Connor Fort. Why didn't I just use the wings? I have the wings. Oh well, experience points. We'll just say it was for experience. I do like the Game Boy renditions of the music. Like, they did a good job on this. I can definitely tell that's Brian, although I missed the... He even has the little alfalfa fluff. The little bit coming off of his head, although it's going backwards instead of forwards. But, you know, it's okay. I can tell what they were doing. It's fine. I'm actually going to let these guys hit me a little bit because I need some experience towards defense and HP too. Trust me, you want the defense buffs. You do not want to be late game without defense. Kind of why I want to learn healing soon, because if I can learn healing, then I'll be able to recover from damage much easier. I should have Water Pillar 2 now, yep. And Healing level 1. Hilariously, I don't have the Water Wind spell, though. I do have the Wind Water spell. So I can cast Evade, although I can't cast the Earth spell. And for Earth, I have Spirit Armor, but I don't have the Rock Wind. So let's test out Evade, shall we? Oh, they just bop you on the head for 8 points of damage. Oh yeah, that's nice. I take 2 and 3 instead of 8 and 9. Absolutely. Or, well, 7 to 9. I'm going to say that 8 could be in the middle. And we have that little hut that's in the middle. And there's somebody here this time. Hello. Shannon. Good afternoon. My name is Shannon. I'm traveling through Zelda. You must be the spirit monk from Melroad. It seems that a person named Lavar has been conducting experiments here. It appears that he was also involved in what had happened with Solveig. Well, thanks, friend. And that, you know, the funny part is if you knew what she looked like to start with, you knew who that was just looking at that sprite. The sprite work is really well done. Like, honestly, I do love everything they did with this game. There's a few missed opportunities still, of course, but, you know, for a Game Boy RPG, this is really good. and something a lot simpler for a kid to understand versus, you know, what was it, Final Fantasy Legend? Which we now know as part of the Saga series. Let's face it, as much as I love the Saga series, they are very cryptic games. Speaking of, I saw there was a new Saga game coming out, and I'm really looking forward to it. What little bit I've seen of it looks really good. I don't remember the name of it, but yes, I'm looking forward to buying that. Alright, so our water's level 6. When we get earth level 6, we'll start our keeping it at half. Let's just win cuttering over these things. Yeah, the new Saga game does look like it's going to be pretty good. I saw it on the on my Google feed. Like, it was talking about new RPGs that were coming out soon. What's this? Oh. Well, I'm glad it didn't go that way. Doesn't appear to be any enemies here, though. I get the urge to heal. And save. Because, by the way, if you die in this, you don't wake up back at the end. It's an actual game over. And that's what I thought. I was also once a spirit tamer. I was exiled in my plan to create a massive army of warriors when the dead was exposed. But I got the Earth Orb, became the king of beasts. Now I'll show you my power! Solrang! We can't escape from this fight, but so that means we can't get to the edge of the arena. Now he is Earth Elemental. Blast him with wind. Yes. If you have wind level cutter level 3 when you get here, even in the original game, if you may not be able to one-shot him in Quest 64, but you most certainly can two-shot him. Thank you. So you're Brian, whom Bart has mentioned. You know my father? Well, Bart told me to give you this Earth Orb. It's yours. I want to explore that. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back there, aren't I? You have defeated Silver. I will entrust the Earth Orb to your hands. It'll help you find the El Temple. I have opened the hidden door at the back of the Imperial Throne. Imperial Throne? I thought it was just a castle. I didn't realize it was an empire. There's a treasure vault beyond that. You may take anything you want. Bravo, you spirit tamer. Your magical powers are astounding. Alright, so we're now at our point of doing half and half with well, I guess I could technically level up fire as well, but I want to get wind leveled up and then I'll start focusing on fire. Because I don't want to do balanced. Balanced playthroughs are so hard with these games. You see anything new? You know, this is Chambers of the Imperial Throne. Please proceed. Let's go see Flora. If we can see Flora. Also, I think Flora's room had some chests in it. Yes. Oh, these are Princess Flora's chambers. You cannot enter without permission. I want the boxes. Thank you. Bye. So where'd the princess go? I don't know. I don't know that I really care enough to go try to hunt her down either. I remember that because I don't think Solvering actually killed the guys, because obviously that guard's still alive. But I am curious as to what happened to the guy who was trying to be matchmade with Flora there. He got knocked off screen and we never saw him again. You defeated Silverang. What power you spirit tamers have? Okay, I've already been up there. Oh well. We'll talk to Flora later. Welcome to our place. Thank you very much. Hey, no, hold still. Bandits are gone. A great warrior must have destroyed them. Well, we're like a, 10-year-old kid. Actually, I have no idea how old Brian is. Let's go talk to Clay. That's not Clay's house. This is Claire's house. That was Claire, right? That was her name? Clay's house is up here, then. Yeah, let's go talk to Clay. Hey, Clay. Controlling the temperature is very difficult in making pottery. The clay cannot be worked well without the help of fire. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see if Rox is still drinking. Hey Rox, you still up here? You're still drinking. Bandits have been destroyed. Let us work again after a little more drink. I'm glad the bandits have been destroyed. Destroyed. I say you, they dead. Anyway, let's go ahead. Wait, did it heal us? It did not heal us, but we weren't that damaged anyway. We were only missing 3 MP. I'm not worried about it. What about the guy that was stuck here? Can he make it back home? Yeah. Now I can go home. Perhaps I will stay here a little longer. That's what I thought. Well, you know what? I think that's gonna do it for today. Let's go rest up at the end just because it makes a good place to save. So, that is Quest RPG. This game is actually really good. Like, I hope you can see the production value they put into it. They put a lot of work into it, and they did it very well. Like, from the dithering effect, I think is what that's called, where you interlace pixels to make the tile floor stand out a little better. To the sprite work, to the combat, they really did port everything from the 64. You take the 3D models and all the combat mechanics and everything and port it into a tiny little Game Boy cartridge. And it is amazing what they've done with this. So I look forward to going through this game. And when we come back, we'll be going through the Connor Forest, looting the place, and probably running away with our tail tucked between our legs because the difficulty spikes are still here. It's a little more balanced, a little bit more smooth, but it still has spikes, and it's gonna be fun going through that next area. But until then, we hope to see you again. Later!